Well, how's it going, my people? It's your boy Jason out here. Welcome to the Bala Show, featuring my boy Max from Give Me Sport TV. How you doing, my guy? How you doing?
I'm good, Jason. Hope you're well.
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Been a long day, obviously, long week as well, man. It's all good, all blessed. Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. I'm quite excited for the Premier League season. How about
Yeah,
yourself?
same. Yeah, I absolutely can't wait. I definitely can't wait to see Palace win tonight.
Yeah, Joker, man, Joker. I can see that happening as well, but
Yeah.
let's keep it PG, man. Yeah. So obviously, Premier League is actually started today, and obviously, you're a Tottenham fan, as we all know. Yeah, man. How are you feeling for the season? This season actually.
So I'm feeling positive. I don't want to start off negatively, but I do think we're getting a little bit overrated by like other Tottenham fans and even other fans of the Premier League, other Premier League clubs, because while we've obviously got one of the best managers in the league, two of the best strikers in the league, which hasn't changed, we've made some good signings. But I think some people think we're going to get a challenge for second and like get like 80, 90 points, which is not happening. We are miles off Liverpool and City. And I
Hmm.
do think it'll be a three-horse race between us, you, and Chelsea for third, and it'll be very tight. Uh, but yeah, we've made some good additions. I think Perisic is a great signing. Uh, I think Bissouma's a very good player. I'm not sure he's exactly the player we needed. Like I was surprised when we signed him, to be honest. But he's a good player. And Richarlison adds some nice depth up front. And I wasn't at first. I thought, yeah, 60 million for Richarlison, a player in a non-priority position. We didn't need any more backup strikers. We've already got Son, Kane, Kulusevski, Mora. We had Bergwijn at the time.
I mean, to
But
be fair, they're all wingers though. To be fair, barring
yeah,
Kane,
true,
that's the
true.
thing. So, like, it makes sense, to get a typical out and out striker. I mean, obviously, Richarlison's not exactly like that, but obviously,
He's a striker.
he's a
Is the
striker
main
now.
position, isn't
So
it? Yeah. Yeah, that's
that's
a
his
good
main.
point because we don't have a proper backup striker, do we? And in the
Mm.
past, we've signed backup strikers, but it's been like Vincent Janssen and Fernando Llorente.
Oh
And
yeah, that was
now we're spending a lot of money on someone who's actually good, like actually Premier League proven, quality player. So I shouldn't really be complaining. This is what a big club should do. Like this is what Chelsea, this is like a Chelsea-esque signing, you know? I think under Pochettino, we wouldn't have made a signing like this.
yeah, 100%. Obviously, like you guys were like tight in terms of like
Mm,
budgeting. Obviously, you haven't really spent in the last two transfer windows under Pochettino as well. Obviously, he did what he can actually do with that squad and finishing
mm,
second as well. That's a really good achievement. But yeah, I mean, obviously now you got the funds. Obviously with Bissouma, I feel like he's a very good signing in terms of like having the stability in midfield, and obviously against the top six as well. That's the most important thing in terms of getting points out there. And Bissouma basically has done everywhere. Every time I've seen him play against the top six,
mm.
especially against us, man. I was at the Emirates. I was like the
Yeah.
Emirates. Right? I was like when we lost 2-1 against Brighton. I was just there. Boy, he's like a massive lump in midfield, man. Honestly,
What,
there's a
last season?
last season, yeah. It was
Mm,
peak. The worst thing is, yeah. The worst thing is, yeah. I got with Sky Sports. Yeah, I was in the Sky. I was right in the front of in the stadium, right. So as
mm.
when Trossard scored the first Brighton goal, basically the Sky Sports cameras was coming past me. I was just like, it was on my face. It
Yeah.
was literally on my face, man. It's
I didn't
peak.
see that.
It was peak. It was literally peak. Like I've got it on Twitter, but yeah, it is what it is. I mean, in terms of like other signings, like um,
Mm.
Jed Spence is also a good signing in terms of depth at the right wing back cover as well with Doherty and obviously Emerson Royale. I mean, yeah, I
Yeah.
can tell from your face it's not really that. It's not your cup of
It's
tea,
not
right?
that. Nah. Yeah, I
But
think Jed Spence is a good signing. I'm not sure he'll start straight away. I'll be honest, I haven't watched much championship, so I'm not sure how good he is. He's very highly rated. I know he did well against you lot in the FA Cup. Uh, but I think Matt Doherty is going to start, you know. Like I think the second half of last season he was really, really good until he got injured.
mm,
Really important. Even in that Leicester game when we won 3-2, he was excellent. Uh,
I feel like when you guys got like obviously I see like quite a few first Spurs fans complain about Mac Doherty, right? I don't think he's that much of a bad player to have in the squad actually because
hmm,
like obviously he's not a right back, he's a right wing back, but he's a right wing back that scores a lot of goals.
yeah.
Like he did against Wolves, like all these vital goals that he has scored, but he's a really important player to have in that squad. And Yeah, and it also
Yeah.
fits in Conte's system when he plays that 3-5-2. It's like a
He does.
3-5-2 when he comes forward and
And when he's been forced in the back four, it didn't work, did it? And I
no,
think
yeah.
I'll be honest, I was one of the people who complained about him. So when he first signed for Tottenham, up until Conte signed, pretty much, I thought he was terrible. Like I thought he was one of the worst players we've ever had at Tottenham, like that I've seen. But had a complete revitalisation, which is what Conte does, isn't it? He did it to Victor Moses.
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh,
Alonso,
yeah,
all these washed players, like obviously no offense, but all these
even
washed
made
players.
Pedro look amazing. And Pedro was, he
Yeah,
wasn't all that in my opinion,
I feel like
like
he
at that
passed the
point of his
best.
career. But Conte
Mm.
revived him and made him a very quality player for Chelsea. Really
That's
important.
that's the thing. Like obviously with Tottenham, they have like all these French players as well, and it's really interesting on what he can actually do with those French players. Like genuinely, like, but Perisic is actually a really good signing too. Like in
Mm,
terms of it's added, he has won multiple things everywhere he went, and also he scores a bit of like really big goals, and that's what you kind of needed in terms of obviously with when you have no trophies for like a couple of years and a future trophy that's coming in the back. Like,
mm,
so that's just like, yeah. So that, I mean, decent deals, but I feel like with Spurs business, right? Like in terms of the signings that he made, obviously, like you said, it was overrated. I felt like the kind of same thing. You made a fantastic business, but would I have if we signed those players? Would we be happy with those? Or like
mm.
it's like what Terry kind of said like over one of his streams, right? Like would 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 like Man City would complain if they have the Spurs signings or Liverpool, Chelsea,
Yeah, they
United.
wouldn't be happy with him. City
That's the
and
thing. So I'm
Liverpool
just
wouldn't
like for Conte, for Spurs itself, it's shrewd signings. It's not the most exciting signings, but I feel like what you guys really need is a central attacking midfielder and a lot of creativity that is there, and someone who pulls the strings in midfield alongside
definitely.
Basuma. So, yeah,
Yeah, because I think that was when we came into the transfer window. The key priorities we had was getting a right back, like a right wing back, getting a centre back or two, so a left centre centre back and a central centre back. Someone to be ahead of Ben Davies, and then someone either to be deputising to Eric Dyer or to replace Eric Dyer in the middle. Uh, and then attacking midfielder, like creative midfielder, like you say, because we haven't got any creativity. We've got we've got Harry Kane, who
yeah,
is amazing, amazing creative
absolutely.
genius almost, but he's a striker. I don't want him constantly having to drop into midfield to ping balls over to Son. That works sometimes. It works against Southampton when they play a high line. We can ping it over the top, and Son gets in. But there's sometimes, like against Brentford last season, like against Brighton, where we need someone who's going to break these teams down. And we can have Kane and Son on the end of chances. Or if Kane's injured, we've got no creativity in that team. Who's there? Like,
Absolutely,
uh,
you can see the whole thing. Like you can literally see like under Nuno, it just kind of like happened like that as well. There's no
mm,
creativity. It looks so bland, even under Mourinho
yeah,
as well. Like
flat.
the address is there. Like you needed a Christian Eriksen, but obviously, like you turned it down. That's the thing.
Yeah. Ericsson was an interesting one because when people first suggested signing him, I didn't want it because I thought people being sentimental. I thought, let's just move on from Ericsson. It was a good time. Let's go for someone else. He threw his toys out the pram a little bit when he wanted to leave.
Yeah.
So move on. But if you ignore that he played for us before, he would have been absolutely perfect, wouldn't he? Like free
Mm.
transfer, creative player. He was a perfect profile for what we needed. Someone he's willing to play in a central midfield position and just create chances all day, and someone who can take set pieces.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
we've
He's a
missed
quality.
out, and I don't think there's many players like him around, other than James Maddison, who's like going to cost like 70 million.
70
That
million.
ain't happening.
Would you take a punt on it?
I wouldn't. I don't. There's a lot of money in it.
A lot of money. That's the
Would
thing.
you
But
take 70 mil for
70
Arsenal?
mil for a lot of money, but I would literally take him. He's a quality player, man. I can't
Mm,
lie. But I feel like, obviously, like we have Odegaard as well, but I feel like Madison is just have a little bit of an extra edge, like a little bit of an extra edge, in that midfield.
mm. I
And
like Odegaard though.
yeah, I mean Odegaard. I feel like with Odegaard, right, he's a bit. I feel like he's a bit overrated, to be honest with you, with myself,
You think?
with my opinion, yeah, because I feel like he only created, like I've seen the stats as well. Like I've seen him play week in, week out. Certain games he goes a bit missing as well. Is it? I can't lie, I can't deny his talent and stuff like that. I feel
Mm.
like I feel
Sounds
like
like Ozil.
it sounds a bit like Ozil, but at the same time, I feel like the amount of big chances. I saw a stat where Kulusevski, right, he came in January, created the most chances. Is more created more chances than Odegaard, and Odegaard actually created 6 big chances throughout the last season. So I'm just like, yeah.
Mm.
So I'm just like looked at the stats there. So I'm just like, it's a bit worrying times. Like obviously, like myself, and I really want a number 8 and a cam as well. So in terms of that, that's one of the that's the most that's the most things that I need in the transfer window actually. And
Mm.
yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I feel like Odegaard, he can be a squad player, but I feel like I want an upgrade that could actually
Interesting.
score goals. I want to see goals across that midfield, and I feel
Yeah,
like,
you want to see Maddison?
yeah. So Madison, he scored like 12 goals and 8 assists. So it's really good ratio for like
That wasn't even a great season for him last year, and it's still
yeah.
decent.
It was still decent, and I feel like with both of our teams, right, we need goal scoring midfielders. Like we can't rely. We can't obviously with Tottenham. We can't rely on Son and Kane. We need a little bit more firepower up front. So
Mm.
that's what I needed. So yeah, it's just like worrying times,
Yeah.
isn't it? Worrying times. But
Yeah, that's
yeah,
surprising. I thought you would have loved Odegaard. He's really creative, really great to watch. But what you watch Arsenal every single week, I don't. So I believe you if you say sometimes he goes missing, like against Newcastle.
yeah, he's
Like you
gone
said,
absolutely. I mean,
yeah,
like certain games, I feel like home games as well. Like home games are like he's a total different kettle of fish. Like he's a really quality player. Like if I see against obviously Tottenham, he played really well against Tottenham. Like
mm,
a
yeah, a couple times.
couple of times. I mean, like there are certain games, I feel like like certain big games, he kind of like turned up. But you know what? The jury's out there, man. This season's a big season for him, so that is what it
Yeah,
is.
it
So
is.
yeah. I mean, in terms of obviously you're playing Southampton this weekend. How are you feeling about that?
You know what? I was feeling confident about it, and then I remembered it's Tottenham. What's going to happen? We're going to get really excited after all these transfers, building this squad. We'll lose 1-0 to Ward Prowse set piece. That's what's going to happen.
Oh, that's a shout. I mean,
uh,
to be fair, it was like they did take 4 points off you, right?
uh, Last season, yeah, they
It was
did.
it was a, it was a 1-1 draw. I
They
remember
definitely
like
beat us 3-2 because
and
I
three
was
two,
there.
yeah,
That hurt
and
in
yeah,
February.
yeah, that was damaging, man. I
Mm.
was doing, I was filming right on that day, and I saw like I was just hyping I was hyping up Tottenham. I was like, yo, Tottenham's gonna do bits, like they probably can get top 4. And then literally as soon as I said that, they scored another one. I was like a little bit of jinx in it.
Terrible, yeah, you do that again now. Yeah, it
Huh?
was. Yeah, you did that deliberately, but that was a really poor game because I remember they scored 3 crosses in a row, and that's when I really lost patience with Emerson for the first time because I like to give players like new signings a lot of time to bed in, but
Hmm.
like we got out leaped 3 times in a row, and they scored 3 headers. It was terrible. What might have been just from 3 crosses and 2 headers and 1 volley or something like that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's
ridiculous.
shocking.
It was a poor performance. I feel like it
Mm.
was up and down, right? So yeah, man. So I mean, like, what's your prediction for the game anyway? Like general, like
No, honestly, I do think I'm going to say 3-1 win.
3-1 win. Fair enough. Obviously,
Yeah, I
like
think.
new signings, feel good factors there, Conte factors
Yeah,
there, Son and Kane's there. So yeah, man.
yeah.
Fair
I
enough.
think. Yeah, first game of the season, everyone's a bit. No one in the league, not even City. No one's settled in yet. You see how they struggled at the start of the season, Man City.
Mm.
Uh, so I don't. I think it would be a bit silly to suggest we're going to keep a clean sheet in our first game. Like I do. I don't think we're not going to make any mistakes. And obviously, it's a Premier League game. They're going to punish us. So I don't think they'll get one. But we just got too much. I think, like you say, we got this feel good factor. I think Kane and Son are both going to get off the mark straight away
Mm.
because Son loves playing against Southampton. There is no, he hasn't scored. He scored more goals against Southampton than any other opponent.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
fair
I
enough.
definitely remember. Yeah, start of
Is
not
it a
last season, the
5-2
season
win?
before, he got 4 goals in one game against them, didn't he?
5-2. I think it was at 5-2 away from home.
5-2. It was. It was. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's mad.
But he even aside from that, he's always scored goals against Southampton. He loves it. So he'll 100% score. I might put him in my fantasy Premier League team actually.
Son, fair enough. I've already good done a fantasy league, but yeah, we'll see in it. We'll see. Oh god, I mean, obviously, yeah. So obviously, we said the predictions and things like that. So yeah, so obviously, moving on to Arsenal, obviously the bigger club in North London, mate. Yeah, messing. But yeah, obviously, Mikel Arteta, obviously his men's taking on Crystal Palace. Yeah, how you find it? Like, obviously, like it's today as well, first game of the season. How's that?
Mm,
How do you find that actually going
yeah,
through? Like, it's
I'm looking
fun.
forward to seeing it.
Honestly, like all eyes basically was on us. Like literally
Yeah,
Friday night as well. Like literally, I don't know why
yeah.
they have to wait on Friday night. Like honestly, please, like
You
it
tend
happened
to
last
start the
year,
season.
huh?
Yeah, I was gonna say you tend to start the season quite a lot, don't you, Arsenal? Lately,
Yeah.
like a lot of the game, a
Pardon?
lot of time the opening game is Arsenal. I remember you playing Leicester a few years ago.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
won
Friday night,
4-3.
4-3. That's
Yeah,
a banging game.
yeah, it was a great game.
Where, but yeah, I feel like obviously with the game that like literally in the evening, right? So yeah, so I just feel like it's a bit nerve wracking. Like, obviously, we had a really good preseason. Gabriel Jesus is actually firing as well. You know, fans are getting excited. Boy, happy days. But I
Yeah,
feel like what really matters is actually what's happening this season. This is where it actually matters. And obviously, when there's a record when we always have good preseasons, but we tend to start the season well.
right. Yeah,
It's just like, boy, Crystal Palace is always our bogey team as well, so that's the worst
mm.
thing. So like we lost 3
Yeah, they
0
beat
last
you. Yeah, yeah. At the end of last season, then it wasn't it like your
year.
fifth last game, something like that. I do think you'll win though. I think you've had a good pre-season. I think Jesus is definitely going to score. I'm not sure how many he'll get over the whole season, but I do think he'll start well because his pre-season's been immense, hasn't it? Doesn't need any time to settle into Premier League, obviously. Uh, I do think at 2 tonight. I think you'll win. And I was going to say, I think you've got a very well-rounded team now. Like
Mm,
Saliba's like a new signing. He's been there a couple of years, but not played a single time. So you got Saliba, Gabriel, Tomiyasu, White. Tomiyasu's got a little knock, hasn't he? But
yeah.
Tierney, that's a very solid defence, and you just got good player. You got very good players all over the pitch. You got the young guys up front. About 4 youngsters plus Jesus. I think I
Mm.
think you're building a very well-rounded team at the moment, and I think you'll win.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing. Like on a level, I feel a bit. I feel confident, but at the same time, I feel like it's Palace at the end of the day. Like Patrick Vieira kind of got a number. Like he is willing to, put all his eggs in the basket. So I'm just like,
Yeah,
it's a Patrick Vieira factor as well. So I'm just like, but they take points off us as well. Like, them and Brighton are like the worst. I hate them both,
yeah.
man. they're like our bogey team as well. They just take points
Mm.
off us like, all the time.
Yeah, I
But
can remember a few times in Brighton have like done you over in the last few years.
it's just like I can't be asked, man. It's always towards the end of the season, isn't it? So like
Yeah,
both of these teams, we play them back to back. It's just usually just like 4 points lost or like both like a draw or a loss or something like that. It's
mm.
vice versa. But we lost both of them last season. So I'm just like need to be a bit very wary. But obviously I'm feeling a bit more confident as well. Jesus coming into the fold.
Mm.
Um, things are like, a bit rosy at Arsenal. Thomas Partey's back, obviously at centre midfield. And as well as like, obviously he's one of our main players actually. So and also Kieran Tierney's back. So both of
Yeah,
them are like really key players to like there, and also Saliba is like a new signing too. So we would actually see actually. So tough game, but I will say 2-2 draw, man. I will say
so it's a draw.
I feel like it's a 2-2 draw, bro. Written all over it. I feel like Zaha always turns up against us
Mm.
as well. He's a
Yeah,
pet. It's like it's same as
yeah.
Tottenham as well, isn't it? He always turns up against you guys as well.
Against who?
Tottenham as
Oh,
well.
Zaha does. Oh,
Zaha,
right. Yeah, yeah,
them one man.
yeah,
He just roasted our fullbacks as well. So yeah, man, make it make sense, man. But it is what it is. With Arsenal, I feel like we made decent signings. We made like Matt Turner. Obviously, I think I have never seen him play. Like,
yeah.
I feel
Mm.
like from Leno is like a downgrade as well. So obviously Leno's gone to Fulham.
Definitely
I think
downgrade.
I think that's a poor deal actually to have 4 million up front and then like add-ons. If like 2 million add-ons if Fulham
Right.
guaranteed to stay up, it's like poor deal. And
Yeah. But he was never going
Yeah,
to want to sit on the bench at Arsenal, was he, Leno?
of
He's too
course,
good to be on the bench.
he's too good of a keeper to be on the bench. Like
Yeah,
I feel like
definitely.
he should be like in the Premier League side as well. So I think that's a good move for him.
Good for
Um,
Fulham.
and a good move for Fulham as a shrewd business as well. So I think Fulham made quite a few, a little bit of
Mm.
like shrewd signings as well, like Mbabu, like the other players that
Yeah.
aren't. So yeah. Also, I feel like obviously Fabio Vieira, I've never seen him play before, but he's a really good talent in the Portuguese league. So obviously he had like last season he had like 6 goals and 14 assists as well. So people say he's like a Bernardo Silva, but I'm not gonna be hyping him up already. Like
Yeah,
so,
yeah, he
you
does
know
look
how
like a typical Arsenal signing now, doesn't he?
yeah, he's a typical Arsenal signing, and you know how fans are, man. Just like
Yeah.
typical hype, man. Like I can't. It's like
Oh yeah, if you win tonight, then it'll be like you're winning the league. That's what
yeah, I know
Arsenal
it is. I know. To be fair, if we win tonight, I'll be excited, but I'm not gonna be
Mm,
obviously too carried away. But I'm gonna be like buzzed up. Like obviously, first game of the season, first Premier League
yeah,
thing as well. So I'm just like, yeah. I mean, obviously with us at the moment, we're clearing out dead wood as well. So obviously we're getting the likes of Torreira out, Leno out, like a few players. Like there's still a little bit of shit there. So like
yeah.
you can see from our preseason games, like the one thing that is actually worrying me, like, is our backups. We have no squad depth, and that could actually cost us a top four chance as well. So people feel like, oh, people actually I've seen people say predicting third or fourth. I was like, third is not a chance, but fourth
Really?
fourth is doable. But like on a level, but like the thing is, what more worries me is like the bigger squad depth. Like we have mediocre players like Cedric, Pablo Mari, like
Yeah.
it's full of
Tavares,
shit. Tavares, oh, he's gone on loan now at the moment. So,
was he?
mm, it's all a bit of a sticky one. But yeah, I think as long as we get rid of the dead wood and add a little bit of Tielemans, CDM, and also like a striker as well. We need another striker. I feel like
Oh,
Eddie's
you need
not.
another one or
I feel
backup
like
or to play with Jesus.
to play with either to play with Jesus or just like as a backup, like
Mm,
as in like a really good like big tall strong guy target man. That's
yeah,
what I really want to see, like a Giroud-esque. But yeah, I feel like Eddie's not really there. Like I think he
mm,
basically turned the form around. I know he turned the form around like the last 5 games, but it's just like it's not
yeah.
for me. It's not for
He did
me.
drag you back into that top four race, definitely, because you'd
Mm.
lost three on a bounce to teams you shouldn't have lost to, and then you beat Chelsea and United, and I think he scored in both games, didn't he? And Arsenal fans seem to really rate him at the end of the season, but I
Yeah,
can't tell if that's because
he's a
he's
purple
good.
patch. He wants to get a new
Yeah,
contract. It's always that. It's
right.
Arsenal players are always like
It
that.
shouldn't be happening. He's a
Mesut Ozil,
youth product.
the Mesut Ozil, Aubameyang prime examples who
Mm,
banged like literally for the contract, but after the contract they go missing. Like so, I mean, if he had any ambition, he would have left. Like for his career's sake,
right.
I don't think he will be playing, but it is what it is. There's a few
Yeah,
things.
that's a shame.
Mm, I think we need a right back as well. I feel like Tomiyasu. Obviously, I think I spoke to you about it like on Wednesday. I feel like Tomiyasu is more of a centre back than
Yeah,
a
you
right
did
back.
say that.
I feel
Yeah,
like he plays. He's a right back that normally comes towards the halfway line and then just goes back. But I feel like we all in the modern game we all need like a dynamic right back, and that's what I really need. And
definitely.
also,
Yeah, he's not a modern
like
right
another
back at
forward as
all.
well. Yeah, pardon,
Sorry,
pardon. What are you
I
gonna say?
said he's not a modern right back at all.
No, absolutely not. But he's a good addition to the squad as well. So I'm not gonna
Mm,
be like hating on it or anything
yeah,
like that. But I feel like also like another winger should be like there, like to add in chip in the goals as well, like that. So you know
yeah,
what? It was a very good transfer window, but I feel like there's a lot of work to do, like you see. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, that's what we're saying, man. Tottenham Arsenal is all spoke about. We're talking about yeah, man. I was trying to ask an interesting question, like sack
yeah.
race, sack race. Who do you think will get sacked first, man?
Sack race. Uh, you know what? I'm not saying it'd be deserved, but I can see Chelsea losing patience to Tuchel.
Oh yeah, people said that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I can see
I'm
what's
not saying
happening.
it's deserved because he's a top manager. But Tuchel's one of them guys who he does fall out with the upper management very quickly, like Conte does and Jose does. Like
Yeah,
he pissed off everyone at Dortmund, he pissed off everyone at PSG. he wasn't doing particularly bad there, but he
No,
did
no,
fall out
far
with
from.
them. And it's coming up to that time now, in about half a season's time. I think he might fall out. Although they are new owners, they might not want to go with such a bold move, sacking the Champions League manager. But Chelsea, there's a lot of uncertainty around there right now, a lot of uncertainty. So it's hard to tell whether they do well or not, because they haven't really, got enough players that they needed to this window, have they? They signed
Yeah,
Koulibaly, great signing. Signed Sterling, another fantastic signing. And that finally they got a proven goal scorer. But
but it's just like the squad is a bit like
is it enough? Yeah, they had
Christmas
a lot
League.
of outgoings.
I don't know how
Yeah,
they won the Champions League with like Havertz, Werner, and
it's terrible.
Mount.
I mean,
But
yeah, I mean, you can't take it away from them. Brilliant that they won the Champions League. Amazing
but
achievement.
then again,
But if you look
I
at the
never.
team, it's what? How did that win the Champions League? It's awful. Like it's a poor team. But
I never, we never write
that's
off Chelsea. That's the thing. They
mm,
always pull it out of the bag. That's the thing. They always
yeah,
pull it out of the
Chelsea's
bag, no
Chelsea,
matter
isn't it?
what they're doing. So Chelsea's Chelsea, bro. So that's the thing. Yeah, so I mean, like, yeah, that's the thing. Like, they'll still finish in the top four. I still believe that. So I still fully believe that they will hit. I mean,
Wow.
obviously, predictions will come to after this anyway. So I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, I still believe that they will do something this season with the cups as well. They're more of a cup team as well. So, yeah.
yeah. Great cup. One of the best cup teams around. So tough. See how
Mm.
hard they took Liverpool to the final in the FA Cup and League Cup. Took them to penalties.
Mm.
Uh,
That's what I'm
and they were
saying.
very good. They deserved to be there. Like the League Cup, they arguably should have won because of that disallowed Lukaku goal. And they play well, and they're so tough to beat in a cup. They're so tough. They gave it their all against Real Madrid, the eventual winners, obviously. Like went
Yeah.
out by the skin of their teeth, as everyone did against Madrid, I suppose. Uh,
Mm.
but yeah, and Chelsea, like you say, you can't underestimate them because last season there were points where we were playing better than them under Conte, not Nuno. Uh,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then they
yeah,
go and beat us
absolutely.
3-0. Like they beat us 4 times last season with 4 clean sheets, which is
That's
so
mad.
embarrassing. And
It's embarrassing.
yeah, it's embarrassing. I'm surprised no one even brought it up, but it's such a bad stat. And
I know.
most of the time we were
You
like,
got
yeah, you know what, we've got a chance against them. They look crap, and then they'll go and beat us 3-0.
it's
So you
mad.
can't write them off.
You can't write them off. You can't sleep on them either. But yeah, so obviously I would say, yeah, I would actually go for Brendan Rodgers. Actually, that would be a good shout because obviously Leicester, they're struggling. They haven't made no
Mm,
signings. They're about to lose Madison to Newcastle, as well as Tielemans as well to us. So obviously they'll be getting Tielemans. So I'm just like, I don't know where they're gonna get the creativity from. And obviously last season was a bit terrible for them as well. So
yeah, it
they should have
was.
been sacked in them. So yeah, so it is what it
It's a
is.
shame for Leicester because, like, not long ago at all, like maybe when
Won the league,
Liverpool
mate.
won the league, but I mean, like they looked just as good as they did in 15-16 at points.
Mm,
Like they'd be second at Christmas or whatever. And their starting 11 is incredible. They had weak bench, but their starting 11 had a quality player in every single position. And they bottled Champions League twice in a row really badly, like on the final day. I remember one time they lost to us 4-2 on the final
yeah,
day, and if they didn't lose, they would have got Champions League.
that's
And
actually mad. That's actually worse.
yeah,
That's on par with us, man. How we bottled it as well.
yeah, yeah, but they should have had it, and now it looks like they missed the boat because now twice in a row, uh, they've finished mid-table, and Brendan Rodgers isn't looking so good now.
Yeah, absolutely. Brendan Rodgers not good. Also, Frank Lampard, I'll say, like um, yeah, he's another candidate to get sacked as well. Obviously, Everton
Definitely.
just about stayed up as well. Their squad is a bit dire as well. Like boy, Dele Alli's he passed his best.
Mm.
No wonder you sold him. Good business as well. How much did you sell him for? Like 20 million, something like
40. It's
that. Hey,
rising to 40.
boy,
But
40 million, yeah, for Dele
yeah,
Alli.
yeah,
Hey, love that.
ridiculous. Good business. No, but what
That
it
is
is,
actually extraordinary business
that
side.
would
I
be
can't lie.
extraordinary if we got 40 million for him. Oh my goodness! But
That's
I
on
think
par
it's
with
rising
Immobile
to
as well.
40. Yeah,
With
that
us
that
as
is the
well.
best business I've ever seen. Arsenal selling their rugby for 40 mil.
40
I
million.
think that Europa League final goal secured him like an extra 20 mil on top of his price tag because that was one of the most ridiculous overspendings I've ever seen. But yeah, with Delhi, I think it's rising to 40, like base performance
Mm,
base, which means obviously we're not getting it because he
yeah,
has to play well. And like if Everton stay up, if he makes a certain amount of appearances, gets a certain amount of goals, then it'll be 40 mil. So that's not happening, is it? Because he's not going to play well.
Yeah, that is actually a madness. I can't lie.
Mm.
So I just want to go into like predictions as well, like top 6 predictions. So what's your predictions going to be like? Towards the whole thing.
You know what? I think Liverpool. I'll start bottom. I think
Yeah, bottom.
United will probably get sixth, and I don't mean probably as in they might come fifth. I mean probably as in they'll make it just over Newcastle and West Ham, because I think there's a 3-horse race for sixth. Personally, United are the better team there. I don't want to underestimate them, but they look a complete mess right now. Uh, Despite having Ronaldo, who I'm not even sure he's made them better. Incredible player, obviously, goes without saying, but
Absolutely.
yeah, I'm not sure he actually improves them. Uh, so fifth, it's a tough one, It's tough. I think it's definitely a 3-horse race again for third place. I think it's gonna be really close. So I wouldn't be surprised at any order. We could be fifth, fourth, third. So could you. So could Chelsea. So I think I'll go Arsenal to miss out. Just about. I think Chelsea getting fourth
Yeah,
and Spurs third. But it'll be very close. And I think it'll go down to the last couple of game weeks. I think Chelsea will
absolutely.
just go along steadily, picking up a solid amount of points, reach like high 60s, low 70s. And I think you guys don't have the mental fortitude that
Mental
Chelsea
for
do.
yeah, pressure is not there. I'm telling you,
No,
like
it's not there. Chelsea have it in abundance, which is partly why they won the Champions League. And then second, I'm going to go Man City. I think Liverpool have finally put it together. Not that they weren't an incredible team before, but I know they've lost Mane,
yeah.
but Diaz is incredible. I love watching him every single
This
time he just
guy's
lights up the pitch.
you
Even
must be
against
gutted
us.
you missed out at Tottenham as well. You missed out like 4
Yeah,
million,
gutted.
right?
I mean, yeah, we got Kulusevski instead, who's been amazing.
And you
And
got
I
Son as
actually,
well, so you can't
yeah.
complain. That's the
And
thing.
I
You
forgot
can't
to mention
complain.
Kulusevski earlier, but he is our second most creative player after Kane. So he is a creative player, and
Yeah.
he's been fantastic. Can't complain at all. So I'm not actually that gutted we missed out on him, but he is amazing. Even against us, when we drew 1-0 in the last, like, late in the season, people were making fun of him. But I thought he was really good, and every single time he steps on the pitch, he lights it
Very,
up.
very good player, man.
Yeah, very good player. Obviously, Salah is going to be as good as ever. Uh, they've got 4 top quality centre backs, including the best one in the world.
Yeah.
Trent and Robbo speak for themselves. Alisson's best keeper in the league, maybe the world. Him or Courtois, and Thiago's magnificent. They've just really got a superb team. And I know it sounds a bit obvious, but I think they're going to take it. That's going to take them over the edge over City this season, who have lost
Wow.
Sterling.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like that's a good shout. I feel like obviously like, when I come to my prediction, I'll let you know, bro. But yeah, so obviously when I come into obviously my top 6 predictions, I will say 6 is Man United. Obviously, I can't underestimate. Obviously, they may be the mess, but I feel like when you take out Ronaldo, I feel like they play a bit more freely with Sancho, Rashford, Bruno, Ericsson, Martial's there. Like they play freely. Obviously, they under Ollie, they basically finished second and third, fourth positions, but that attack basically, was free flowing, like
Yeah.
freestyle thing. But that's what you need to get worried about. But I can't write off United yet. But they're solid 6 for me. I can't see anything better than the rest of the lot. So that's all
Okay.
I'm saying. Fifth, I'll go for Arsenal, my team. Obviously, we will just about miss out top 4. Actually, squad depth is the issue. I would say we need to add a little bit more in the bench, obviously, to come on, and also not relying on Saka all the time. We heavy reliance on Saka last season as well. So yeah, and also Mikel Arteta as well. So that's another factor. So that's what I'm looking at because he's not a good enough
Yeah.
coach. I would say
He's not on the level of the other two.
Tuchel, Conte, Klopp, Pep Guardiola. They're 4 better managers anyway, straight away. So make it make sense finishing 5th. So there's not a chance. So I'll say 4th. I'll go for Spurs. So obviously I would go Spurs 4th. Obviously added quite a few additions. Bissouma was a big signing for you guys. Also Perisic added with experience. Kane and Son's there as well to playing that fiddle. Top goal scorers as well. Yeah, man, I'm happy. No, I'm not happy. Sorry. Oops. And Kulusevski
Closet
as well,
Spurs
man.
fan.
looking at that attack as well. So under Conte, big season for you guys,
Yeah.
finishing 4th. As well as 3rd place, I would say Chelsea. I'll still say because obviously it's Chelsea. I never see Chelsea finishing 4th or anything like that. I've never seen it in past Premier League seasons, no matter how bad they are. Like,
They
but
always do well.
Hmm?
They always do well.
Yeah, they always do well when you don't expect it. So that's the
Mm.
thing. Chelsea, Koulibaly, Sterling good signings as well. I feel like Sterling would flop. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like because obviously I feel like
Sterling's going to flop.
I think Sterling could flop. I'm not gonna lie. He's a quality
I
player,
disagree.
but I feel like you know what, he misses so much chances, and with the team that Chelsea has, they always miss chances when it matters. So like, I'm just saying, like, it's a controversial take, but he's a very good signing for Chelsea anyway. But we'll
Yeah, no,
see.
that's true. They do miss. He does miss big chances a lot,
It's
and he can
frustrating.
afford to do that at City because he'll get
Yeah, he
5
does
a
pass.
game, and he'll
Yeah, that's
pop
the
up in the
thing.
exact right position 5 times a game, and he'll put 2 of them away, but then have 3 stinkers as well.
That's the thing, because
So,
with Sterling, obviously he has like a chance machine as well. So like from Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, but at Chelsea he doesn't have that. He doesn't have
yeah,
that much creativity in his hands. So obviously it's more of a tougher role. But we'll see. We will see how the season goes. Obviously they have no striker as well, but they still have goals amongst others in the around the pitch like Havertz, Mount. You know, yeah, don't underestimate them. But yeah,
yeah,
so I'll go second. I'll go for Liverpool as well. So I got to put Liverpool second. The reason why I put second because of Mane. Obviously, he's a massive loss as well. Like in
yeah,
terms of
big.
like that attack comes from him. Like Salah. I love Salah. Mo Salah. He's really good score. He's a goal scorer as well. But I feel like with that threat on the other side, obviously Diaz coming in, but I feel like he needs a little bit of bedding time to come and settle in through for Liverpool as well. And King Darwin, Darwin Nunes.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a decent signing, but I'm just like there's more to come. It's still unproven as well. But Liverpool have their shit together, so But Man City, obviously, they finally got a striker in Erling Haaland. Obviously,
yeah.
boy, I'm saying that this guy's gonna score tons of goals alongside Kevin De Bruyne. The creativity behind him as well, and City kind of trimmed their squad up as well, make it make sense. Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think they're gonna walk it.
yeah, you've convinced me. Like I did predict Liverpool. It's partly because I don't want City to win the league again. I don't want them to win it for the 5th time in 6 years or whatever it is.
I hate that. I hate when that
I
happens.
don't want that, so
Now
that's
I
why I
want
want
something different.
Liverpool. I want Liverpool to switch it up. That's why. And I realise I'm listening to your reasons. Like, yeah, you know what? They've lost Mane. City got Haaland. It's looking a bit sticky. Like, because Haaland's obviously going to do better than Nunes, in my opinion. But can we just talk about Sterling a bit? Because I did think about what you said about how he gets so many chances and misses so many, and Chelsea don't create as many as City do.
Yeah,
But I just think he's such a good player. Like, he's pretty much a Premier League legend. He's almost guaranteed to do well. He is still in one of the top teams in the league. It's not City, but he's still top 3, top 4 teams in the league. And he's done so well with City. He did so well with Liverpool. I just don't, because he's not coming from a different league and he knows England so well. I just don't see him flopping. I just think there's no
yeah, that's the
chance.
thing.
You know what I mean? It's
It's a
like
good one.
there's
That's the
some players
thing,
that are
man.
like that. Like Harry Kane would never flop. It doesn't matter where he goes in the Prem, he'll always score goals. Sterling's another one of them guys.
He knew the Premier League quite a few times, but you know what, man? Interesting season, man. That's the thing. It's gonna be interesting, bro. Like I'm
Definitely.
excited. You're definitely excited. It's gonna be more content
Yeah.
coming up for you guys as well. Obviously, I see you on the Facebook channels. Yeah, man, that's actually mad. Yeah, man, it's gonna be an exciting season, man. I can't wait.
Hmm.
8 o'clock kickoff, Arsenal Crystal Palace. Obviously, what time is your kickoff, by the way?
Oh, I'm not sure. I think it's a 5 p.m. kickoff tomorrow.
5 p.m. kickoff. But yeah,
Yeah.
man. I would say wish you good luck, but I say it's
Yeah.
Tottenham, innit? Fuck you.
Yeah, bad luck. Bad luck.
But it was all good,
How
man.
do you lose?
Thank you, man. Much love, bro. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of our show, man. Obviously, it's a pleasure having you as well. And also, where can I actually find you, or where can I find you?
So you can see me on Give Me Sport, which will be on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah.
So that's where you'll find me.
So yeah, subscribe to Give Me Sport, my people. Yeah, man. Obviously, they're doing amazing content as well. Obviously, they go of football content. But man, so happy for you guys, man. You keep always smashing it as well. Top G.
Thanks,
But man,
Jason.
yeah. Thank you very much for coming on, bro. For having your
Yeah,
time as
thanks for
well,
having me.
man. Means a lot. And also make sure. Yeah, thank you very much for coming on. For viewers as well. Also, make sure you subscribe, like, and share into the Bala show as well, man. Need to promote this thing, man. That's the thing, innit? Need to promote this
Yeah.
thing. But yeah, much love, my people. We're out, man. Peace, man.
See you later.
See you later. Whoops. I think it was like